My name is Tom Greenwood, and I want to welcome you to Man Carpentry. And as part of my series on building, we're going to start with some fundamental stuff. Today I'm going to talk about this circular saw I have, and the first thing I want to talk about is the parts of the saw. So I got this Makita saw. I'm not sponsored by Makita, but hey Makita, if you're out there, what's up? So I got this particular saw because it comes in a hard case, and I like hard cases as part of my entire way of doing things, which is compartmentalize stuff as much as you can. Anyway, came in a hard case. Hard case keeps all the stuff inside of it. I recommend hard cases. Anyway, so we'll get this saw out, and we'll talk about the parts of the saw first, and then we'll talk about some safety stuff, and then we'll get into a little bit of cutting. So the saw comes with the saw itself is pretty basic. It also comes with this cool little guide. I'll talk about the guide when we get into cutting. But the saw itself these are relatively simple things. They've been around for a long time. They just get more powerful and lighter as we go. So your basic parts of your circular saw are the blade, the guide. The blade sits on an arbor. There's an arbor that comes out of a motor. It's an electric motor. Most of them are electric motor. They do make some that are gas powered. You've got a handle. You've got a second handle. You've got your trigger. And then there is this is the plate that the saw will sit on. So if it's sitting on a piece of stock, it'll sit like that. So that's the plate, and then we have the ways to adjust the plate, and one is for making like an angle cut, making a beveled cut. I can loosen it up, and I can tilt the plate so that the cut will be at whatever angle. I think this saw goes as high as about 55 degrees on the cut, so that'll get you quite a bit of work. The other thing is that on the back we have a way to raise and lower the plate so we can adjust the depth of cut. So those are the basic parts of your average circular saw, and whether it's a really high-end one or a really cheap one, they're all going to have these same basic parts. Also worth mentioning, a cord and a plug. The other part that you have that you'll need this at some point in the future is an arbor lock. So the blade will spin freely, but this little lock here, when I press it in, once it locks, that blade won't go anywhere. That's really important, so that when I want to change the blade, I can take out Allen key. This particular saw has an Allen key. Once I get that arbor to lock, I can then loosen it up, and now I have the ability to take this bolt out of here. Pop the washer off, and out comes the blade. So arbor lock, going to be important. You'll need it later. And then we just put it back together the exact same way. Open up the guide. There's a little arrow here. It tells me the direction of cut on the saw. Get that in over the arbor. A little washer. Threads lined up just right. And then I won't be able to get it tight with my Allen wrench unless I use that arbor lock. So one, I like to get my Allen wrench in there, and then once I get that arbor lock to drop into place, it'll be a bit tricky. There we go. Tightens right up. And that's it. That's all the parts of the circular saw.